What's up, everyone? Ross here from Warrior Trading. So, a little recap on PIK, 200% gainer at one point today, still sitting at up 170%. Somewhat recent IPO stock, all-time high. I have it about 1049. We hit a high today of a little over $6. We got some good action on it. It was a gap and go trade from the watch list pre-market, traded it pre-market, traded it during the morning show, and then got some afternoon trades on it as well. Those of you guys who are new to the channel, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you hit the thumbs up too. But when you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll get the alert when I go live for the morning show each morning. That way you can tune in, you can see what my watch list is. Today, the watch list was on fire. The main one I was watching ended up going up 200%, and it was up at about 84% this morning as of 9:30. So had our eyes on the right stock today. It's always nice to see. We got some good follow through, not just in the morning for gap and go, but even afternoon, strong into power hour. Pulled back a little bit into the close. I think that we may see a pop on it early tomorrow, and then by 9:30 it'll be probably, I don't know. I think it's probably going to pop up at like 4 a.m. and then by 8:30, 9:30 it's going to be pulled back a little bit. I don't know if we'll be able to trade again tomorrow, but maybe. We'll see. Had good news today, and a great day today. So that's good to see, and maybe we'll get some more action out of it. But in any case, let's be grateful for what we got today, and tomorrow we'll start at zero, and we'll see if we can find a couple more good opportunities. So I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow. Reminder as always, trading is risk. Most beginner traders lose money. Take it slow. My results are not typical. All right. So hope you enjoy this recap, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning for the morning show. Well, I'll do a quick recap here of PIK gapping up 84% this morning. Traded it this morning as a gap and go stock and did well on it. Finished the morning up about 6,000 and then added some profit this afternoon. Got continuation. This morning, this was on the gap scanner, of course, by 9:30 opening bell, gapping up 84%. My first trades on it were earlier. We had this nice squeeze here. First, my first entry was right down in this area. Micro pullback on the 1 minute, right around 265. It continued up to 75, 85, 95. Popped up here, pulled back down to 275. Rips up to a high of 325. Pulls back down to 295. Bounces back to 325. I got kind of aggressive in this area. I thought that it was going to break out for sure. It was a little choppy. And then it popped up to 350 right here, or 340, pulls back. And then it rips through 340 and goes up to 370. But this area was kind of choppy. It felt a little thickly traded. It felt kind of heavy, like there was a lot of sellers. But then it would surge on these big green candles. But then, of course, had these topping tails where it would give it back. So a little choppy. And as we went closer to the open, we got kind of stuck in this range right through here where I was hoping that we would get a breakout pre-market for a move higher, but it just ended up not happening. So kind of in this range here going into the open. And then at the open, this thing just really performed well. A very nice gap and go long over 356 or 365 for the break at 370, and it ripped right up to 410, 409. It pulls back on this bottoming tail to 384. It pops up to 420, pulls back, and then look at these moves. This is what we call the old slap in the face. So right here, first of all, it finally breaks out. It hits this high here, 430, and it drops instantly to 390, a 40-cent rejection. It rejects again on this candle. It sells off to VWAP, off the dip of the 20 moving average in VWAP. It curls back up here. This was a micro pullback. It hits 430 and then drops to 370, a 60-cent rejection. Unbelievable. And then it holds VWAP for a second before failing. So at that point, I was done with it. I was like, you know what? This stock is too choppy. I don't trust it. I don't like it. And that was it. I made 6,000 bucks. I made $8,000 on that one, but then I was red on the other two. So I was up 6,000 on the morning. I came back this afternoon and holy moly, look at this thing. Off it goes. So where did I trade it? As soon as it broke over VWAP right here on this candle up to 427, I was in. I was a buyer. And I was concerned initially about the double top at 430 right here. So this was a little bit of a risk factor. My first trades were long as it was breaking 4 in this candle, buying the dip, taking profit as it came back up, and then adding back over here as it broke through 430. And it broke nicely through 430. It pulled away up to 440, 450, 460. A topping tail on this candle at 461. I thought maybe that's the top. Then it came back up and ripped to 5. Micro pullback, breaks over 5, hits a high of 519. Micro pullback, squeezes up to 583, pulls back, hits a high right here of 597, tops out there, drops all the way down to 523, and then off that pullback, rallies back up to 619, a shooting star, reverses off that level. High a day was 619. My best exit on this was at 614. It was a partial fill of 500 shares, but 614, not bad. So high was 619. And, this is a stock where, it was up 200%. Right now, it's still up, let's see, 170%. So 170% on the day. It's got 120 million shares of volume. And this was it was a nice move. I mean, it was later in the day. It was high volume for sure. But, it was a little later in the day, not typically when I would be catching momentum, but I just happened to be sitting here and took some trades and made some money on it. So I'm setting up 12,000 on the day. I'm pleased with that. I'm going to try to do it again tomorrow. Let's finish off this week with a couple more really nice trades. This is great to see, great momentum, not just as a gap and go, but it held all day. Sometimes we gap and then we fade. This one held and it broke over VWAP and then it was game on as we broke over the highs of 430. So definitely a little risky at times. It did still feel a little heavy up in some of these areas, a lot of sellers, but then some short covering and you got some short squeezes. So it's certainly good to see. I hear my scanner there telling me something's moving. So keep my eye on the radar, but nothing I'm interested in right now. So yeah, that's PIK. Pretty decent overall. Impressed with the action. I wasn't sure whether or not it was going to be clean. Shares available to borrow at 33 cents a share. So 10,000 shares would have cost 3,300 bucks. It's pretty expensive. So that's the borrow rate on PIK. It's at 170%. Are we going to see continuation into tomorrow? It's possible. I mean, I like the news. The news was partnership with Walt Disney. I thought that was a good catalyst this morning. But all-time highs on this, I have on my charts at 10.49. Some people were mentioning different prices. Clear resistance around 8.42, 8.50. If we could break over 8.40, 8.50, next target would be 10.59. We've got a ways to go. And it definitely did pull back a bit going into the close. So I don't know. I mean, what's probably going to happen is probably going to pop at like 4 a.m. to 8.50, and then by the time we're sitting down East Coast traders at whatever 9 o'clock, it's already going to be fading. But hey, maybe there'll be another one tomorrow that has great news, and that's fine too. I can trade that. So anyways, just a quick recap there of PIK. Nice 200% squeeze today and captured some profit. And again, when you've got a move that's that big, even if you only capture, a little bit of it, you've got a big move. And that's what we need as day traders. We need that volatility. We thrive on that. If I had a 200% squeeze every day, I'd be doing a lot better. But if we get them, I don't know, once a week, twice a week, that's fine. That's good enough. We are still in a bearish market as the S&P 500 is below the 200 moving average. But, technically, we got back above it today. We'll just see if it holds above it. So I'm interested to see. I was a little concerned as we came into this double top here around 41 that we might find resistance, but we'll see. I think the market's probably going to pull back here. I'm not sure that it's going to be strong enough to reclaim the 200. That's a very big level on the S&P, but we'll see. And then the IWM small cap market, still lagging behind and has been weak. And honestly, all of last year was pretty much flat anyways. So another bull market in the Russell 2000 would certainly be nice, but we'll take what we can get and be grateful for it. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today, and we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, see you in the morning. Reminder as always, trading is risky. Most beginner traders lose money, and my results are not typical. Take it slow. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.